John, deal of the week, man. How you doing?
I like that terry cloth polo you got on today, Seth. Very
I
nice,
feel
very pool like.
I you know, I was down in Florida for a family reunion and I haven't taken off the shirt since, so I
Hey,
love
you
it.
just you deserve it. I saw a lot of just closed alerts go through the system last week, so
Yeah.
people are buying the Bronx, huh?
Oh, yeah, we're finally getting stuff closed. They went surprisingly smoothly actually. Like a bunch of the deals were like, oh crap, like please do it. Like those types of moments that we're feeling right now. But they closed like relatively smoothly, which was a breath of fresh air. These are like $5-10 million cookie cutter deals.
For the listeners out there, we've been hitting a very high probability of conversions on whatever we show here. And if you're listening to this and you think, oh, it's too late or it's out there for anybody, this is our leading indicator of what's going to go in contract in the next 3 weeks. And it's something that we do not have a buyer for yet because we basically just started or the price just changed to where it's actionable. So
Yeah.
to this point, this is a 10 unit in Cobble Hill that is asking a 6% cap rate in place. Historically speaking, I've been doing this for 14 years. This types of building has never been around for even a 5 cap in place. And immediately when interest rates go down, there will be cap rate compression on this type of property. It was purchased for about 6 million in 2014, and then $1 million was spent re-renovating the entire thing. You only have one rent stabilized tenant left, and there is some room in these apartments as well. You can probably get this to a high 6% cap rate, even on the free market units. They're not pushing rents. They've owned it for a long time. This is Cobble Hill where everyone wants to be. Condos are selling for 2,000 a foot in this neighborhood. This is about as good as you can get A plus brownstone Brooklyn. So if you're a cap rate buyer that's been waiting a decade for real cap rates to be available in the best neighborhoods in a tax class protected building, uh, all free market except a one unit. Um, Please give me a call because this will not be on the market for more than 2 weeks. We will be doing tours over the next 2 weeks and accepting best offer. Why are this the seller selling? This is the last property in a fund that just
Hmm.
needs to be closed out, and they're just a little bit more flexible for that reason. You have a big backyard
Wow.
there that could be pimped out in a much better way to get maximum rent, but the entire building looks like that. That to me is, if you look at that picture and you don't see $2,500 of upside, you're not in real estate. In
Yeah,
Cobble Hill and
yeah.
Brownstone, Brooklyn, if you make that much nicer, deck it, pavers, lighting, everything, you'll get another $2,500 a month in rent.
Wow.
So
So it's a 27 footer too, right? It looks like they're railroad apartments, but it's a 27 footer. So you've got decent layouts there.
no,
Obviously.
they're left and right, but you have air shafts and it's a dumbbell style layout. So it's the ideal layout. It's a very large 2 bedroom apartment layout, 27
Yeah,
and a half
these
by
look nice.
64.
These look nice. All right, so someone's gonna buy this thing in the next 30 days, right?
Yeah, we have a debt quote, 5.5 million. You need, call it 3 million bucks all in to purchase that property, but take some depreciation, take some interest write off, wait for cap rates to settle down, and that's probably an $8.5 million building that you can pick up for low sevens
Yeah.
in maybe as early as a year and a half.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Well, this deal is under contract. This is a portfolio of buildings in and around 125th Street on 5th and Madison Avenue. So a bunch of 125th Street retail here. This is an interesting deal. We put this under contract a little while ago, and it'll probably close later in the fourth quarter of this year. But there's assumable debt here from the city. This is a little bit of an affordable housing play where the owners of this property bought it from the city for $1 back, what was it, almost 20 years ago now, and they got tax money and cheap debt to go rehab the building. This is an affordable housing deal. So the purchaser of this building is going to assume the $9.7 million of debt at 25 basis points interest only and go rehab these buildings, extend the affordability. These are all, were these like $1,000 average rents.
So
And you got,
you're allowed to raise the rents, and it was 11% cash on cash return with that assumable financing. Is that
yeah,
why? Is that
yeah,
did I look at that correctly?
Yeah, and that's on the asking price. So, and it obviously sold below the asking price. So your cash on cash is pretty ridiculous here. Plus, you've got the upside of being on 125th Street. I would say the downside of this is that you've got
A lot of
how many?
buildings.
Yeah, you got a lot of buildings, a lot of boilers. So from a managerial perspective, that makes it a little bit more complicated, obviously. But the cash flows there, the bricks are good. You know, the buildings were got renovated 15 years ago. So it's a pre-war building with 15-year-old renovations. So that's, you know, no lead, no mold, none of that stuff.
Seems like a no-brainer if you can get HPD approved.
Yeah, yeah, you just gotta be in there. You gotta have like 1 foot in the private sector and 1 foot in there with the city. So that deal got signed up. Yeah, man. Anything else?
Amazing.
Pretty feeling pretty good, right? I don't know.
No, yeah, this is the time. This is the time to pounce. You just got to have real cash. I mean, just assume 50% down, buyers. Stop worried about everything. Just put down real chunks of equity. It'll be more cash in, but it'll be more cash out, and you can buy the best stuff right now. This is the
Yeah,
opportunity of a decade. So don't call us and complain. Call us and get excited because
I
this is the time.
100%. This is where you create generational wealth, where you
Yep.
have when you buy buildings when no one else wants to buy them.
Yep.
Really, right? They're
Yep.
cheap.
Just buying
All right.
elevated cap rates, period. You know, it just, this is, it's pretty hard to lose, I think, when you're starting out at 6 to 7 caps.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll see you next
Cool.
time.
Yep. Talk to you.